Hey everyone, thank you for being here and welcome to the Create the Life You Truly Desire. Learn how to use your human design to tap into your energetic strengths masterclass. So, a little bit about me. My name is Esther Gutierrez. I am a Libra rising, Scorpio sun, and Aquarius moon. I am also a 4-1 manifesting generator. So, I really wanted to create this masterclass because my story is very similar to a lot of us first gen here in the US who basically wanted to please our parents by following the path that they saw was like the ultimate path, right? Like go to school, get a good job, don't cause too much attention or call too much attention to yourself. And many of us now who are entering our 30s or are in our 30s are now kind of coming to the realization that following this path hasn't made us happy. Like for some of us, yeah, it's been great making more money than our parents, but for a lot of us that's not it, right? Like it's not worth it. So many of us are coming to terms that following this predetermined path is only making us miserable and we want to get out, but we don't really know how to get out. We don't really know, okay, well, how do I quit my career and start doing something that actually makes me happy? So that's the purpose of this masterclass. I want to teach you how to use your human design as a guide to help you tap into your energetic strengths so you can create the life that you truly value, the life that you truly desire and you want to be living. So, a little bit about this class's agenda. I'm going to talk a little bit briefly about what is human design for those of you who may have heard of it but are not 100% sure what exactly it is. I am going to give an overview of your profile lines because they do play a part in your human design in your human design energy and chart. Then we're going to talk about the 5 aura types, since that's more so where people who find human design are more familiar with. We'll talk about your aura strategy and your authority. Your aura strategy and authority are actually what help you make decisions for yourself. And then we're going to talk about the center of manifestation as a little bonus. And then afterwards, I'll give you more information as to where you can send any questions that you may have for me. Okay, so what is human design? Human design is a holistic system that reveals your energetic strengths, identifies your energetic blocks, any challenges that you're having, reveals the way in which you interact with others, and the way that they respond to you and your energy. Human design combines astrology, the I Ching, Kabbalah, and the chakra system. It reveals your soul's purpose before any societal conditioning. So, what that means is that human design actually gives you a blueprint of what it is that your soul's purpose is without all that messaging and all that nonsense like you need to go to college, you need to get married, you need to buy a house. Without any of that, it removes that so you can truly see what is it that I want to do for myself that will truly make me feel fulfilled and happy and allow me to live the best life that I can possibly be living. Human design also allows you to start moving into alignment with that purpose and start living in flow rather than resistance. Living in flow means that you are happy, you wake up excited, things seem to go your way. Living in resistance is a lot like living in survival, when you are just trying to make ends meet. It's a constant struggle. Every day feels like a big challenge. Like it feels like things are just more negative than they are positive. So I really want to help you start moving away from living in resistance to living in flow. And human design also tells you how it is that you can attract things and opportunities that are meant for you so you can start living your best life. So let's get into the profile lines. We have 2 different sets. in this trigram. We have the upper trigram and the lower trigram. Lines 6, 5, and 4 are your transpersonal lines. These are lines that are meant to be in community. They are meant to be interacting with other people, and in relationship with other people, you learn things about yourself. Lines 3, 2, and 1, these are your interpersonal lines. These lines are meant for you to go within, explore your own inner truth and your personal karma. You don't need to go outside of yourself to learn things about yourself. So these profile lines come from the I Ching. The I Ching is an ancient Chinese divination text and system for understanding the place of humanity within the cosmos. What that means is that it allows us to understand how we play a role in this world and how we are connected to everything. It is a system that is built upon two elements of the yin and yang. So that feminine and masculine energy. The masculine energy is very much like go out there, get it, be proactive, go do things. The feminine energy is more so like I'm going to sit here and relax and trust that the universe has my back without me having to go out there and constantly be doing things. So let's talk a little bit about the profile, the different profiles. If you are a 4-1, I am a 4-1 myself, but if you are also a 4-1, that means that you came into this world without any karma. You are here to pick your own adventure. You get to choose how it is that you want to live your life and how to make it happen. You will rarely be met with much resistance when you go outside of societal norms. I'll give you an example. When I left my teaching career and I told my parents, I thought they were going to freak out and be like, how can you do that? You went to college, you have a degree, why would you leave teaching? And so on. But the truth is that when they responded to that news, they were like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like just do whatever is best for you. And I was like, what? You're not going to freak out? Like what did you do with my immigrant parents that have been like hounding me to go to college and get a career? They were just very cool with it, like, yeah, like you do you, girl. And that's usually how people respond to 4-1s. They're very much like, yeah, you know what's best for you, so just go out and do it. They don't really give us a hard time or try to force us into anything. And if you start feeling that pressure, like you're being forced into things, I would challenge you to figure out if people or outside sources are actually pressuring you into things, or you're pressuring yourself. Because 4-1s tend to have this energy about them that people respond to as a very like cool, calm, and collected, like you do you. So then we have the personal destiny folks. These are folks with a 1-3 profile, 2-4, 3-5, 4-6, 1-4, or 2-5, or 3-6. So if you are any of these profile types, you are here to fulfill your own personal destiny. You are meant to awaken and discover your own personal truth and live it out. You are not meant to be following anybody else's path but your own. You are here to worry about yourself and your needs and figuring out your own inner truth. For my personal destiny folks, in order for you to truly, truly start living in alignment and start creating the life you truly desire, you are the type of folks that really need to go within and identify what is it that you truly want. What is your personal truth? And then start coming up with ways that you can start living it out, not just in your head. If you are one of my transpersonal karma folks, meaning that you're a 5-1, 6-2, 5-2, or 6-3 profile lines or profiles, you are here to play a karmic role in somebody else's lives. You are meant to have interactions with others and build connections that bring you value. Your karma will involve others. Usually, these folks are much more extroverted. They like to be out and about. They draw their energy from being out in community. But you also bring so much to the community. You yourself, you're a pioneer, you're a leader within the community. And that's because your profile type is meant to be out building connections that produce value. And it could be value for yourself, value for others. So let's talk about what these lines mean by themselves, because there are 6 lines for your profile lines, and each one of them falls into an archetype. If you are a profile line 1, you are known as the investigator. That is the archetype. You love to do research and to explore. You are naturally curious. Data is your thing. You need to know the foundation or background of something before you make a decision or move forward in something. Transitions can also be difficult for you if you're jumping into something without having done your research first. For us, one lines, we love to know what we're getting into. I think one of the things that kind of comes to mind when I think of these folks is like, I want to know how the movie ends so I can enjoy the journey. This is a type that I'm like, I want to know what I'm getting myself into so then I can sit back, relax, and just enjoy. Then we have line number 2, the hermit. You love your alone time, but you also attract a lot of people who will call you out of hiding. You will go through phases when you are just want to be completely left alone and hide in your own world. And that's totally fine. But you also want to lean into the people and opportunities that bring you out of your shell, that bring you out of that place of just wanting to stay in your room and not come out. Because remember, having your alone time is great, but at our very core, we're social beings. And we want to and need it for our own mental health to be out in community with people. So rely on those folks that you have in your life that are much more extroverted and adventurous and are like, yeah, let's just go take a weekend trip to San Francisco and just hang out and have a good time. Lean into those people when you feel like, okay, now I've spent too much time by myself and I kind of need human interaction. And our last line number 3, the martyr for our personal, interpersonal profile types, we have the martyr. You learn by trial and experience. You cannot move forward without experiencing the opportunity, relationship, or thing first. For my folks that have a line 3, it is very crucial that you are out in life participating and experimenting. If you only read about something without actually trying it and then you move forward with that one thing, let's say, for example, that you are going to buy a cake for your mom's birthday and you read the description and it sounds good and you make the decision to purchase it, more than likely you're going to hate it because you didn't try it first. You need to experiment. You need to try things out. So you can ask whoever the baker is if they can give you a little sample. You are the people that need those samples in order to make decisions. When you don't sample things first and you make a decision without that sample, more than likely you'll end up regretting it and feeling miserable about it. For my line 4 people, and 4, 5, and 6, remember, that represents the transpersonal, the people that are out here in community and just vibing with others. If you have a line 4, the opportunist, your network of friends, family, social circle, this is your lifeline. This is how you will find opportunities and make decisions with your network of friends. You are a social butterfly. You're very loyal. You care about the people you care about, and you'll do anything for them. But also with that, you need to rely on them when you need the help. Usually for line 4 people, if we try to do everything on our own without asking for help or relying on the people closest to us, we end up in hot water or we end up delaying the thing we truly want. For example, if you're really, really, really trying to pay off debt and you feel some type of way about it, but you don't want to tell your friends. You don't want to do anything to like make it known because maybe you feel shame or anything like that. Then when your friends are like, oh my God, let's all go to Vegas for the weekend, you may end up feeling pressured to just jump in because you haven't told your network, you haven't allowed them to support you in that way. Whereas when you tell your network, like, hey, y'all, like, I'm really trying to pay off this debt. So for maybe the next 2-3 months, I'm going to have to say no to any big expenses. So then when they bring up the Vegas trip, you can just be like, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. But remember, I'm trying to pay off debt. So for me, it's going to be a no for now. And then you can allow your network to support you and be like, yeah, you're right, girl. Like, yeah, we understand, without them having to pressure you into going or making you feel bad about going or not going. So remember, make sure you rely on your network. They're your lifeline. They will help you get the things that you truly want and desire in life. For my line 5 people, the heretic, you draw attention to yourself and you are here to universalize what you know for the benefit of other people. This means that you hold a great deal of wisdom, and part of that draws you into wanting to share that wisdom with other people. However, sometimes people may just look to you to be like the mom of the group and save the day. But you're here to share your wisdom. You're not here to do the work for anybody else. And part of being a line 5 means that with all this wisdom, you may feel some sort of pressure to jump in and take action and solve everybody's problems. But again, keep it in mind, like, you are not meant to do that. You're meant to share your wisdom, and that's to the extent of it. What people do or don't do with the information you share is on them. Then we have a line 6, the role model. You are here to be a role model. You are here to be a leader. You will experience many phases in your life, but there are 3 that are probably like the top 3 that you will experience. Number 1, you're the experimenter. You need to go out there and experiment with life, try things out, see what works, see what doesn't work. Then you will move into being the observer. The observer is, I'm going to take a step back and let other people figure it out for themselves. I'm just here to watch, see how things go. That's it, right? Once you've experienced those 2 phases in your life, the first one, the experimenter, that I'm going to jump in and do things and see how it goes. Then I'm going to take a step back, allow people to figure out for themselves. That will lead you into your leader and role model role. When you are in your role model phase, you are creating a whole new direction that you are going to pay for us so we can follow you into that. So you're definitely here to be a role model. And that's it for our profile lines archetypes. I know that was a lot of information, and in combination with what profile you are and the lines themselves, I just want you to take a moment to let that sink in. If you have any questions at this moment, I would write them down, because at the end of the presentation, I'll give you my information so you can contact me and let me know if I can help you with any specific questions you have about your like profile lines or anything like that. One question that did come up when I was doing this recording live is that somebody asked me, how do I know what line I am? So if you have genetic matrix and you see your profile here, you're going to find your line here. So this person is a 2-4, the hermit and opportunist. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We have 5 different aura types. The aura types are one of the most known parts of human design. Usually when people come to human design, they already know I'm a generator, I'm a manifester, I'm a reflector, and so on. It's the number one thing that you sort of learn. However, we break down the aura types into 2 groups. We have the sacral aura types, and then we have the non-sacral aura types. For our sacral aura types, we have the generator and manifesting generator. And here on the left side in brown, I'm pointing to what it might look like in your chart if you are a sacral energy type. Your sacral center will be colored in. Here on the right side, you can see somebody that is either a projector, manifestor, or reflector. Their sacral center is not defined. It is left blank. This is important because this is where you draw your energy. If you're sacral, you will draw your energy from that sacral center. If you are non-sacral, you will draw your energy elsewhere. And again, this is important because a lot of us get conditioned into working, and we're not really like expected or in a way allowed to take breaks. However, if you are a non-sacral energy type, such as a projector, manifestor, or reflector, and you're not taking breaks, it's definitely going to burn you out. And if you're a generator, manifesting generator, and you feel like, well, I have so much energy, I could keep going all day, and you're not taking breaks, you're going to burn out. So let's get into it. With a generator, some of your strengths include you being super energetic. You choose a topic or your craft or whatever it is, and then you laser focus on that and you master that work. Think of someone like Beyonce who keeps leveling up, and it doesn't matter that she's been in the game for so many years. Every single time she comes back on, she has mastered something else, right? That's the generator type. They choose the one thing that they truly love, or you should be choosing the thing that you truly love and focus on mastering that, because that's what's going to give you back some of your energy, and you're going to be able to really create the life you truly want. Because there's nothing worse about than being really good at something but hating that one thing. So you want to get really good at the one thing you actually really enjoy. So you have a lot of sustainable energy and you're self-aware. However, the downfall of being a generator, you can often become frustrated. You can quit things too soon if you feel like they're not really your vibe. And sometimes you can make the decisions hastily without really following your strategy or authority. If you can't just make something happen, that may make you feel frustrated. And if you start feeling stuck, it's typically because you feel like you are not mastering the things that you should be mastering. So these are some of the downfalls about being a generator, is that you can put so much pressure on yourself to master things. And if you feel like you're not moving at a pace that you like, it makes you feel, again, like you're stuck, like things are not going anywhere. So make sure that you watch out for that. Then we have our non-sacral manifestor friends. These are our natural born leaders. They have the energy of like, I'm just going to go out there and do it. Like they don't really need to be waiting around for other people to get on board. They are energetic, driven, they're powerful, they're influential because they're not waiting on other people. They can just go out there and make moves. They're successful. They tend to be impulsive, but not in a bad way. They tend to be impulsive as in they take action. They're not sitting around just kind of contemplating it. However, on the other side of that is that it can make them a little bit of a team player type. So they could just be like, oh, well, I already got it, so I can just take action. And you can leave other people behind. And in that case, it kind of feeds into like a self-absorption of like, well, I already got it, so I can just keep going. And not really realizing like, oh, well, other people around you might need a little bit more help. Which again, plays into like being impatient and so on. Then we have our other sacral energy type, the manifesting generator. I myself am a manifesting generator. And yeah, we can be really energetic. We can do many things at once. We kind of are known for being multitaskers. We're really good at finding shortcuts. Anytime we get introduced to a new way of doing things, we try to find a way that we can do it quickly, that makes sense to us, find a shortcut and just get it done quickly. We do have sustainable energy because we are also sacral energy type. We tend to be self-aware. However, some of the not so bright sides about being a manifesting generator is that when we are not living in alignment, we tend to feel a lot of anger and frustration. When things are not making sense to us, we tend to feel frustrated, but that again means that we are not living in our purpose, we are not living in alignment. In an effort to get things done quickly, we may skip important steps that ends up dragging us back down to start over from step one and then causing us to spend a lot more time even just doing things. So we kind of hate waiting around and we tend to be impatient. We just want to make things happen. Like, let's just do it, let's just get it going. And we may not always finish what we start. And part of this is that just as many projects as we can start at once, we can quickly lose interest and just let it go. So that's also something to keep in mind. For our other non-sacral projector energy type, projectors are actually very special. I think that they have a really cool energy about them, that they can walk into a room, kind of sense the energy, and really be able to connect with people quickly on a deeper level. So they're really great at managing, directing, and guiding people into whatever it is that they need guidance in. So if you're a coach or someone that works with people and you're a projector, I can definitely see people wanting to work with you because they feel heard by you. You're very insightful, very intuitive. You tend to attract a lot of people. You're very magnetic. You help focus energy and to accomplish great things. So you have a lot of great qualities. However, on the other side, just like most non-sacral types, you can be perceived as lazy, but that's because you're non-sacral energy type. You draw energy from other places that is not as consistent. So if you're not careful and taking your breaks when you need them, you can actually burn yourself out and then just completely give up on whatever you were working on and not go back to it until days later because you got into a point where you completely burn yourself out. Being highly sensitive is not a weakness in my mind, but it's more so something to be aware of and something to make sure that you're on top of, because being highly sensitive is such a great gift that allows you to attract others and be able to help guide them. But if you're not cleansing your energy, if you don't have any grounding techniques, it can lead you to burnout, or it can lead you to having a lack of self-awareness and make you feel bitter. If you start feeling bitter, it means that you're not living in your purpose, you're not living in alignment, and that's how you can tell when things are going off the rails, once you start feeling bitter. And then finally, we have our reflectors. Again, another non-sacral energy type. I put a chart of a reflector here because I want you to see that a reflector literally has no defined centers. Everything is blank. Everything on their chart is a blank little triangle, square, or little like symbol, right? Everything is blank. So reflectors are really good about being super unique. They're passionate, they're talkative, they're always here to keep the peace and prosperity. They're actually really good at reflecting what is going on in the community. They're the type that if they get hired on to be like a business consultant, they can walk in and be like, oh yeah, this is what needs work, or this is what you're doing great. And they can just intuitively kind of see it because their energy centers are all open. Things to consider or work on. You are highly, highly, highly sensitive because all of your centers are open. That means that you really, really need to have something, a ritual, a grounding practice that you do on a daily basis to cleanse your energy. With having so many open centers, you can start taking on other people's identities, their traits, and just because you're kind of like a magnet and you attract that, but in reality it may not be anything that is meant for you, or that you really care to take on. So make sure you're cleansing yourself. If you start feeling disappointment, that's your telltale sign that you are not living in alignment anymore. You start feeling a lot of disappointment and sort of those feelings that come with that. You definitely are someone that needs consistency, especially because, again, you have all open centers. So make sure you have a grounding practice to really stay within your own truth. You don't want to be taking on other people's identities, and then before you know it, you are doing things that are completely not in alignment with who you are. Let's talk about our strategy type. Our strategy is defined by our aura type. This is how you know if you're going to be making a decision or not. If you're a generator or manifesting generator, you need to wait and respond to external triggers before you start making any decisions about taking action. So that means that you need to wait and respond to things that feel good to you and then take action. If you just take action super willy-nilly, you're going to end up taking action on things that you don't want. Projectors, you have to wait to be invited. Again, before you take any action, wait to be invited. Reflectors, you have to wait a full moon cycle, 28 days, to mull over whether you're going to take action or take your next steps or not. If you do it before then, again, you do it super willy-nilly, impulsively, you're going to end up choosing things or taking action on things that don't align with you, and then you'll start feeling that disappointment. Or if you're a projector, you may start feeling bitter. If you're a generator, manifesting generator, you may feel angry or frustrated. Manifestors, you guys are the only ones that have pure energy that can just go out there and take action like this. You don't have to be waiting around. That's actually what makes you feel impatient a lot of the times, is that you kind of intuitively know whether you're going to take action or not. You're not needing to wait to respond to things or to be invited or anything like that. Your strategy type is really, really, really important, because again, this whole class is about me teaching you how to use your human design so you can create the life you truly want. If you're somebody that's taking action on things all willy-nilly, meaning somebody presents an idea to you and just take action on it without waiting and then responding, or waiting to be invited, or waiting the full moon cycle, you may be getting yourself in situations that you end up regretting. Again, we don't want to be living in resistance anymore. We want to start living in flow. Living in flow means that we wake up, we're excited, we love our life. It's a soft life. We're not out here working 24/7 just to keep a roof over our heads. Like, we enjoy our life. We're happy. We're smiling. So make sure that you're following your strategy type. This is how you'll know if and when to take action. And again, manifestors are the only ones that know how to do it. Like, just you just have that pure energy of like, I can just go and do things. Like, I don't have to wait around. You're more so our initiators. You initiate things. With that being said, then we have our authority type. This lets you know whether you will be taking action or not. Whereas your strategy lets you know when to take action. This authority tells you it tells you how you're going to be taking action, or how to know when to take action. So your sacred authority. If you are a pure manifesting generator, let me show you. We are in our genetic matrix. Let me go to my chart. Here, my type, it says pure manifesting generator. That means that I am a purely sacral energy type. If you are a manifesting generator or generator, and your thing says pure manifesting generator or pure generator, then you're a sacral authority. If you're something else, like a projector, a manifestor, or something else, then you may have a different authority type, and there's a few. So for my pure manifesting generators and my pure generators, we are a sacral authority. This means that the moment we are met with something in the outside world, we will know in our gut if it's a yes or a no. I'll give you an example. When I decided to become a teacher, in my gut, I felt like that's the feeling I was getting. So my gut was already telling me it's a no. But what did I do? I ignored it because I was like, well, I need a job, right? I need a job. I need a career. And this is the only thing that I know to do. So instead of me following my authority, I decided to ignore it. And 3 years later, I was completely burned out. I had to quit without having a background. I had to quit without having a backup plan because I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, if I stay here any longer, my mental health will literally be in the trash. So following our authority, this is the best way that you will create the life that you truly want. This is the best way that you will actually be happy in your life. Because if you're a sacred authority and something is a or or anything like that, it's a hell no, dude. It's a hell no. Like you have no business being there. However, if you're a sacred authority and you're really excited about something, like somebody's like, let's go to Baskin Robbins for ice cream, and you suddenly you're like, yes, like you perk up, you're like, I'm excited for that. That's a yes. That's your sacred authority saying like, yes, we're into that. So when you go, you're gonna have the best experience ever. If you're kind of like, yeah, we can go, just don't go. You're probably not gonna have a great time. For my emotional authorities, so we're going back into our genetic matrix. If your type says emotional whatever, emotional generator, emotional projector, emotional manifesting generator, whatever it is, if it has the word emotional in front of it, you are an emotional authority. That means that you will feel a wave of emotions rush over you whenever you're presented with something. So you will feel a wave of emotions. You're going to let it pass through you. Remember, emotions don't take more than a minute to pass through you. So after that minute, you will then have a clarity, the sense of knowing, the sense of if it's a yes or a no for you, or if it's a not right now, right? But you need to allow yourself that minute to let the emotions come through, and then you will get this knowing within yourself to let you know what it is that you want to do or how to move forward. So make sure that you allow yourself to truly listen to your feelings and your emotions. If for my emotional authority people, I actually hear a lot when I'm talking to somebody with an emotional authority, they'll say, I don't feel like it, or that doesn't feel right. But they'll use the word feel. So that's actually like a telltale too that you can pick up on, especially if your partner is an emotional authority or so on. You can start listening. But yes, listen to how you're feeling and listen to that knowing within yourself. If you're a splenic authority, so that means that in your thing it says splenic projector, splenic manifester, whatever it is. But if it has the word splenic in front of it, this is your authority type. That means that you are intuition based. It feels like an impulse, but it's really your intuition speaking to you. If you're not in tune with your intuition, you need to get in tune with your intuition, because a lot of times when I see clients, they'll tell me, I don't know if this is my intuition or if this is anxiety. So it's very important that you have a practice. Maybe I recommend journaling a lot. Journal out what exactly is happening, how you're feeling, because afterwards, if it's anxiety, you'll more than likely get it out of your system, out of your body, and then you'll be left with your intuition, whether it's a yes or a no. So your intuition is it can be very silent for most people, in the sense that it's not very loud. It's not going to command a lot of attention. It's sort of like this internal knowing. So you need to make sure that you get really familiar with that, because you need to know it inside your body first. If you allow your brain to take over, you're not going to be making the choices that you want in order to create the life you truly desire. Then we have our ego authority. An ego authority creates their world through speaking it into existence. You are not discussing things out loud with people in order to get feedback or their opinions or their input. You are just talking so you can feel what you're saying and feel it in your body, so then you can know how you're going to go ahead and take action. So again, in your genetic matrix, it's going to say ego generator or whatever it is, right? But it's going to tell you on there if you're an ego authority or not. Okay, so let's move on to our last few slides. Actually, no, before we get into that, remember that your strategy and your authority really, 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 really help you identify when to take action and how to know if the action you're going to be taking is the right one for you. Remember, all of these tell you you're going to either need to speak it out, listen to your intuition, listen to your emotions, listen to your gut reaction, and this is when you'll take action. Your strategy tells you when, your authority tells you how you're going to make those decisions, the when and how. Once you follow your strategy and your authority, oh my gosh, you will literally create your dream life, because you're going to start saying no to everything that does not serve you. Everything that you don't want to do, you're going to start saying no to that. And you're going to start saying yes to everything that feels right for you. And you're going to start to see that life is going to get brighter, shinier, happier. You're going to start feeling so much better because you're finally starting to listen to your soul, to your body, to your intuition, to yourself, to make these changes and make this life that you truly want. So let's get into our final bonus slide, because after this we'll have the how to get in touch with me and how to work with me. But the Center for Manifestation, I really wanted to talk about this because a lot of people ask me about, well, how can I manifest the life that I want? Listen to everything that I posted in these slides. All of that helps. But if you are someone that's like super into manifestation, then your throat center is going to be really important. The throat center, you'll see here, I put a little orange arrow to it. If yours is colored in, you have it defined. If yours is white or blank, it is open/undefined. If you have an open or undefined throat center, your manifestation will include other people. What that means is that you will need to let other people know what it is that you're trying to call into your life. Let me say that again. If you are an open throat center and you want to manifest, I don't know, a trip to Italy, you need to tell other people, I'm trying to go to Italy. I really want to call in this trip to Italy. Because what's going to happen here is that other people will help you get to where you want to go. For my open throat centers, you can say it out loud to other people, but you typically don't have the energy to just take action yourself. So saying it out loud to other people will allow you to then have them help you take action. So let's say I'm sitting around in a group of friends and I'm like, I'm really trying to go to Italy. And it's been on my mind for the past like year or whatever. My other friend that may be more of a sacral energy or like a defined throat center, they'll be like, okay, girl, let's get on Google. Let's start looking up the flights. Let's start making a plan. How much money do we need? Blah, 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 so on, right? That's why it's really important. If you have an open throat center and you're trying to manifest things, let other people know, because they can bring those opportunities to you to make it happen. They can help you come up with a plan. They can help you start taking action. For my defined throat center people, this means that yours is colored in. that you have an actual like defined throat center, it's colored in. You can manifest things into existence by taking action. This is why the manifesting generators are like the walking manifestor types, because they both have a throat center that's defined and their sacral center that's defined. So you speak it out loud and then you take action. You don't wait for other people to take action, you just do it. So if you have a defined throat center, you're more than likely going to be able to just speak it and then go for it. You're not really waiting around for other people to help or anything like that. So you can really take action into your own hands, and that won't be an issue. Okay, so let's move on. So how to work with me. If you've been watching this whole masterclass, then you know that human design has a lot more that we can cover. However, doing this masterclass, I was only able to touch on the things that are more general and can allow you to really tap into, start living in alignment for yourself. But if you're ready to really level up and you're like, okay, well, I'm really trying to start my business. I'm really trying to start a new career, but I want to make sure that I am following everything on my human design to make that happen. Then this is where I really urge you to book a 60-minute one-on-one human design chart reading with me. And you can do that at estherthemindsetcoach.com. So in this reading, I will send you a questionnaire that allows me to really see what exactly you want to focus on. So when we sit down for those 60 minutes, it's all about getting you the results that you're looking for and me guiding you through how exactly you use your energetic strengths to get there. How to say yes to the things that align with you and how to say no to the things that will just keep you not moving forward. And for those of you who are interested in more of a long-term coaching program, I do offer one-on-one long-term coaching. It's a 12-week program. And the first step for this would be to book a free introductory call with me. This just gives us time to sit down, figure out what exactly you want to accomplish within those 12 weeks so I can come up with a game plan on how I'm going to help you get there. And for my long-term coaching clients, I use human design and we go really in depth with your human design. We cover things that really allow us to get into your subconscious and really make sure that we remove any blockages that can hold you back in your transformation. So you can find all that at estherthemindsetcoach.com. I would urge you to do both if you want to do both, but doing a 60-minute human design chart reading can really be a great place to jumpstart you taking action into really creating the life you truly desire. And I honestly, finding human design when I did has allowed me to now start living in so much peace and so much enjoyment and so much like I wake up happy and just loving my life. So I really want that for all of you. So definitely book a call with me, either for one-on-one long-term coaching or the human design. And you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Esther the Mindset Coach. Okay, so for those of you who are obviously watching the replay now, you can go ahead and send me any questions that came up for you as I was reading over the slides and giving you more information. Any questions that came up for you. It could be questions like, well, I'm a 2-4, but I don't really identify with the 2 or the 4 line. So what's that about? You can send me an email at info@estherthemindsetcoach.com. Let me know. I watch your masterclass and I have a few questions about this. Can you clarify them? Definitely, 100%. Yes, I can. You can also send me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, and I'll get back to you. If it is something much larger, like maybe you ask me, like, hey, how do I identify the purpose for my life or what my true purpose is, that may be something that's more reserved for either a mini reading or a 60-minute reading. But I'll let you know either way. And I'll definitely try to help in whatever way I can. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed this and get in touch with me. I would love to work with you. Again, this is how you can get in touch with me to work with me. And yeah, I honestly believe that we have all the tools within ourselves. We have all the magic within ourselves to truly create the life we truly want. But sometimes we need help accessing those tools. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to shed light as to how you can really tap into those energetic strengths so you can really start building and creating the life you truly want. I want you to wake up happy in the mornings and excited about life, not like, oh, let me get through this another day, or oh, let me clock into this job I hate that's draining the life out of me. No, we don't have time for that anymore. So let's go ahead and work together, and thank you for watching this.